Hey guys, welcome back to another Churchly tutorial. We're talking about widgets. So far we've jumped into text, buttons, and containers, and now we're going to dive into icon section and icons. So what are icons and icon section? Well, the icon is basically an icon. It's very self-explanatory, and an icon section is an icon with text. So let's look at what they do. So far, this is what we've created. If you've been following along, this is just some, I'll use the word dummy data, some dummy text and content that we've created on this little welcome page we're making. So let's add our first widget, which is the icon section. In the icon section, we're going to grab, and again, the blue line indicates where it's going to drop. So let's drop it below our heading text. As you see, it has an icon, and then a title text, and then some description. So let's add an icon that we like. For us, you can search a bunch of different icons here. There's hundreds of Font Awesome icons that you can select from. So let's do this heart. Maybe we'll be like for health or something. Let's edit the styling. You can edit this to be an icon on the left as it is, icon on the top in a circle, or direct to the left with no content underneath it. So this to the left has the icon next to the title with the description below. This to the left is the icon off to the left on its own with the content left justified by itself. You can increase the padding size, which is the space around the entire widget. Let's change the icon color to white so that it stands out. And you can add a shadow if you'd like. You can even add a background color. So you could add a background color for separation and then increase that padding size to see what I'm talking about. Let's change the icon color to orange so you can see what I'm talking about here. So let's use this layout and increase our padding. Well, let's switch it. It makes the icon a little bigger. Let's add like 40 pixels of padding all the way around. And we have a background color. We can even add a shadow, which is an outer shadow. We can make the shadow darker so that we can see it a little better. Let's drop the opacity a little bit because it's a little bold for me. I like a subtle shadow, and I like to offset it vertically a little, which is basically down. Move it down and make it a little blurrier even. I kind of like that. Pretty cool. Bring the spread in a little bit, which basically, instead of going way out, it pulls it in a hair. Let's add some space between our text in this because this is a little way too tight. There's no breathing room. Let's add a spacer below our text. It doesn't need to be that big. Let's do like 40. I like 40. 40 is a good number. So that's an icon section. You can, if you like this, how you've styled it, if you wanted, well, let's change the content. Just click in here and change your text. Let's call it, let's see, healthy community. And then, let's edit our text here. We're all about creating healthy community at Real Church. And you can make that content as big or as little as you want. If you like the formatting that you've created here, select your icon section that you've created, and let's hit copy. See that bounced? Let's click on that. So we copied this spacer earlier. We can delete it. We don't need it anymore. But this icon section we just copied, now we can drag it over here, and now we've duplicated it. Now we added a spacer, so let's copy this spacer because I liked it 40 pixels, and we'll add it above. So now these align top and bottom. This column is this has 2% spacing, so we're gonna move that now. Now they're the same size exactly. Healthy community, you can click in here and change the text. You could also click and edit the icon to something else. Change the content. That is an icon section. This is great for bullet listing, so you could change this to just a simple check mark, and you could talk about all the things to expect it when you check your children in, or whenever you arrive as a first-time guest. You could have check marks or icons that associate with each of the bullet points give them a title and then a description to let people know. These are just great for listing items with icons. That's what an icon section is. An icon is just the icon without the content. So we could add an icon above here, go through and select the icon you want. You could change the size of the icon. That is as big as you can make it, is 84 pixels. You don't need it to be any bigger. Let's do like 70. You can change the color. Can't see it because the orange is background. Let's make it white. You can add a link to it if you wanted to even. So that's an icon. You could have that standalone somewhere on your website. You could do an icon. Let's see here, we'll make it like, let's do an arrow pointing down. Let's change the color to like this gray color we made. Make it a little bigger. And let's align it to the center. Let's make it even bigger. And so icons can be used for all sorts of things, for buttons, or they can be used as standalone. You can use icon sections for listing things and letting people know what to expect, or different scenarios. So I hope that is helpful. If it's not and you still have questions, click on the Need Some Help button. You can email us, or if we're available for chat, it will appear here. You can click on Chat with us, and we'll be happy to jump in and help you, or you can click on Answers to find answers to your questions. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.